I'm very optimistic that really in the next couple weeks we'll see something with stablecoins go through, and with market structure hopefully before the August recess. Breaking news, so much is happening in crypto. People are buying this dip. Smash the like button. I have so much to tell you about. Number 1, BlackRock has officially expanded their crypto offerings. Now they're selling Bitcoin and crypto products throughout the United Kingdom. Number 2, MasterCard has announced that they're developing a crypto payments system for its 3.5 billion cardholders. A lot of people suspect this is to facilitate stablecoin payments natively via their debit and credit cards. And this goes along with number 3, Circle, the most popular stablecoin provider in the United States, has announced they're going public soon. We're seeing all of this, and subscribers of our channel know this, because of sweeping stablecoin and crypto regulations are about to be passed in the US. The US is the largest capital market in the world, so this is huge. This was amazing to me. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says that he's actually optimistic that we're going to see a good stablecoin bill passed in just a couple weeks. This is really the most bipartisan issue in DC right now. Crypto, everybody wants to get legislation passed, and it's really exciting that we've seen both the House and the Senate take up drafts of the stablecoin bill. It's really exciting that we're not just seeing stablecoin legislation coming to fruition, but there's a lot of momentum on market structure legislation as well that helps categorize which of these crypto assets are securities, commodities, payment tokens, or some other thing like artwork. And the reason why this is so important is that over the last few years, this lack of clarity has pushed a lot of this industry offshore. America needs to be a financial hub, a technology leader. This needs to be built onshore. We can only do that with clear rules. So it's great to see Congress finally stepping up and acting here. I'm very optimistic that really in the next couple weeks, we'll see something with stablecoins go through, and with market structure hopefully before the August recess, because that's the message President Trump has sent to Congress, that he really wants to see both of these completed by the August recess. So the stablecoin bill in a couple weeks, that's huge. Eric Trump explains why the US desperately needs a good stablecoin bill like yesterday. US stablecoin bill will do wonders for America, wonders for crypto and traditional financial industries and institutions around the world. We have to be the leaders in this country, there's no question, because every other country in the world is doing it and doing it quickly. And I really actually think the US stablecoin, saves the dollar in a very big way. There was a study done that, in Europe, only about 0.1% of Europeans would buy a European stablecoin. Pretty fascinating stuff. Everybody wants US stablecoin, and I think that's tremendously good for the US economy. But listen, crypto's here to stay, right? It's solving so many financial problems. It's bringing parity to the markets. You better believe that, when we look out 10 years in this country, the nature of finance, the nature of banking is going to be very, very different than it is today. And banking in this country is finally getting the modern age. And then going back to Brian Armstrong. So the stablecoin bill in a couple weeks, the market structure bill by August. So just a few months. If you don't understand how big of a deal a crypto market structure bill will be, Brian Armstrong educates about the market structure bill here. I do want to go back to the whole market structure bill. Of course, that's a lot about whether crypto is a security, whether it's a commodity, who is regulating it. And I'm wondering, as lawmakers get prepared to offer their new market structure bills, what are you hoping to see this time that wasn't in the bill we saw last year? Yeah. I think the main pieces of the bill that are coming together at this time are, number 1, it's spot market authority for the CFTC. That's very important. The other one would be what I call token classification, which is just creating some clear rules about which are commodity securities, payment stable coins, or something else like artwork. Those were the two big issues that had a lack of clarity in the past, and it didn't allow entrepreneurs to build these companies here in the United States. So those are the key pieces of market structure. I think also introducing a couple of provisions around anti-money laundering, making sure that illicit finance, we curtail that. It's a very small percentage of what happens in crypto, but it gets outsized headlines. And we want to make sure that the centralized players like exchanges like Coinbase, we're regulated. We're following AML rules, and others should do that as well, while preserving people's privacy in self-hosted wallets and DeFi. And then after those two bills get passed, the big one that we're all hoping to see, we're hoping this gets passed at the end of the year, is Cynthia Lummis's Bitcoin bill. Another U.S. congressman has come out in support and revealed that he's actually a huge fan of the bill and does want to see the U.S. buying 1 million Bitcoin. The Coin Act establishes the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, a federal initiative to ensure that the United States holds a meaningful position in the most important decentralized financial network on Earth. With an eye to fiscal responsibility and innovation, the legislation outlines a plan to phase in the acquisition of up to 1 million Bitcoin, or roughly 5% of its total final supply over 5 years. Importantly, this will be done without raising taxes or increasing government debt. The Bitcoin Act is designed to be budget neutral, relying on Federal Reserve remittances, which exceeded $76 billion in 2023, gold certificate revaluations unlocking additional capital without new spending, and updates to the Exchange Stabilization Fund. These mechanisms allow us to build a strategic reserve without burdening taxpayers, while also potentially offsetting long-term national debt. By the way, it's really crazy to see how the Trump family is getting so involved in crypto. You know, obviously they're doing it because they want to make money and be successful in this new emerging industry, but I also love the fact that they're just supporters of this industry in general and want to see it succeed in general. For instance, here, I love the way that Eric Trump stands up for the strategic Bitcoin reserve and stands up for crypto in general in all of his interviews now. Listen to this answer because he perfectly articulates why passing these 3 bills and why the Trump family getting involved with crypto in general is so important to him personally. Like, this clip makes me bullish. Congratulations on this. Tell us what you're trying to do and why a Bitcoin reserve is needed. Yeah, you know, I never thought I'd fall into the world of crypto until every bank started canceling us for absolutely no reason whatsoever other than the fact that my father was in politics, right? I mean, we got canceled by absolutely everybody. They came after us too viciously. And it wasn't until that time that I realized how important crypto was, right? Something that's cheaper, faster, more transparent. You can't be canceled. That's global. And is what made me fall in love with Bitcoin. That's what made me fall in love with, you know, DeFi and CeFi and stable coins. And we put a lot of our effort into it. We're building a great company. We're Liberty Financial. Everybody's talking about it. It's doing phenomenally well. We just launched a stable coin. On the other side, American Bitcoin, I think it's here to be one of the great companies out there. I truly believe in it. And really, my epiphany was, again, cancel culture and what these financial institutions, controlled by very few at the top, were able to do to people that they didn't like, even families like ours that had a lot of zeros at the end of their balance sheet. Because after all of these bills pass and after America truly is the crypto capital of the world, the crypto industry will go from a 3.5 trillion asset class to a 7 trillion, 10 trillion asset class in value. The tokenization revolution is on the horizon. Chainlink's founder Sergey Nazarov enlightens us how the crypto industry is about to boom. Most people don't know this. We've seen, I think, a huge acceleration in the value that's flowing into tokenized funds, in the amount of tokenized funds, in the amount of other categories of real-world assets. I mean, really, it's basic arithmetic, and it's also very basic, like, historical fact. If you look at the internet, there was a period of time when the internet was about email. Cryptocurrency consumer experience is email, and the blockchain and the Oracle network and the smart contract technology stack is the internet. So I think it's historically very common, and in our case, very natural, that if cryptocurrency goes from 3.5 to 7 or 10, then the tokenization of all commodities, equities, currencies, and other types of assets is hundreds of trillions. Look, guys, we share with you crypto-related information the mainstream media refuses to share with you, so subscribe to our channel for daily crypto updates, and I'll see you tomorrow.